Oh, hi everybody. I'm back. How are you today? It's April now. Um, I'm still trying to figure everything out, you know. So, anyway, with my life, how to get a new job, how to, I'm not going to ruminate about how I got to this place in my life. Many people my age are totally retired and they're not worried about their money situation, but, that was then, this is now. I wanted to talk today about a couple of things real quick. I'll try to keep it quick and to the point. How's that? Like Jim Rohn used to always talk about, be brief like Jesus. You know, he used to say, follow me, and then all these people would just follow him. So, it doesn't get any more brief than that. So this is a really great book, The Power of Now. And of course, you know that it's important to not ruminate about the mistakes of the past or fantasize it's good to dream about things in the future, but you have to take a lot of action for that and you have to be decisive. And I've realized in recent years that sometimes if you are a survivor of childhood abuse of some sort, you could struggle sometimes with decisions. Also, if you're older too, like you've been there, done that, you sort of know the ramifications of everything, and you know that no matter what choice you make, there will always be a catch. There's always like the pros and the cons and you just have to find something that you can kind of live with. I thought today I'd just talk about something real simple in addition to that. Like if you have an extra 30 minutes or so, or maybe longer, maybe an hour, or to take a break, like from your job, or looking for a job, or, or trying to figure out how to balance your jobs or your auditions, or how you could do better next time on everything, on all your decisions, your love life, whatever you're trying to fix or make better or ask for help, from God and everybody else. So, but if you have an extra 30 minutes or whatever, like a break, should you like meditate and pray or meditate or get on social media? This is a good book that I found like at a discount place for like just $1 or $2. I don't remember exactly where I got it, but it was either at Half Price Books or Dollar Tree maybe. But anyway, long time ago. Well, just a few years ago. I think I got this when I lived out in California and I didn't read it often enough. But I have some other books on meditation, and I love to follow Kyle Cease because he talks a lot about that. And he has helped me a lot I've never met him in person, but just by listening to a lot of his videos. Because I'm somebody that's, we all do it. We beat ourselves up about things that we've done, And this Angela Shelton group I'm in is helping me too about decluttering and all that stuff. Underneath all that stuff, all the, trying to straighten out your life or make your life better is a lot of times it's childhood trauma, So, but anyway, or maybe split it up. I think social media is okay. We have to be careful though, because I think sometimes what we do is we idolize the celebrities when they're just people like us, and we don't want just being preoccupied with what they're doing to keep us from working on our own lives. So I had to unfollow several celebrities, mainly one in particular, but I'm being very selective about what I follow about this celebrity. I don't even want to talk about specific celebrities anymore, but because, well, this one had the most imposters. I think they don't have hardly any anymore. Well, they have some, but they used to have like hundreds, So this person, so anyway, but sometimes if you follow celebrities too much, it can be a big distraction from your own life and what you need to do. And also social media can make you like look on there and go, like it's kind of like going to a high school reunion every day or college reunion. And, we've all had different lives, you know, I really wanted to get, I did get married once. It didn't work out. It was definitely the wrong decision for me, for sure. Probably for him too, I think. So, yeah, it was. But for me, it was definitely was. And I was engaged once to somebody I should never have gotten engaged to, too. I mean, hindsight's so 2020, like when you're in your 20s, you're so clueless. I know I was because I was, I went to Catholic school and we were separated from the guys, so I didn't really start dating until my college years. And even then, not a lot until I got out of college. But anyway, that to be said, should you maybe split your time up between being on social media? This is a book about, I'm your biggest fan. It's written by a journalist, and how she was involved in celebrity journalism. But I used to interview a lot of famous dancers and choreographers when I was in college, and musicians too sometimes. I went to University of North Texas, and they had the School of Jazz there. And then for the Denton Record Chronicle, I used to do some freelance articles about choreographers just because I did all that growing up. I mean, I'm working on it. I'm working on getting healthy with my food choices, and it's a lot. But anyway, and I've been very slim before in my life. When I did the Beachbody infomercial, that was great because we were on a big program. It was, I want to say we did it for 6 months, but I got really down, and then some of it crept back on. But anyway, back to that's also a symptom of childhood trauma. If you change the subject a lot, you may or may not be ADHD. And of course, there's things you can take for it, like that are just natural, like GABA and different things, but that you can get at like the vitamin store and such. But yeah, should we get too preoccupied? I know when I did some celebrity journalism, it wasn't like big major people, just on a smaller scale. And that was interesting, though. And maybe that was better because I could talk to them about a lot of things, about, their philosophy of life and how they would interpret that through their dance and how it came across. Because I did all that. I mean, I did dancing, too. I was in musicals and Brigadoon and different things. I was like the Bonnie Jean version of the dance version of it. And I did a lot of dancing, like recitals, and it was a lot of fun. And I just do some dancing now for fun, mainly in my apartment, but sometimes out. But that was nice because I could just interview people on more of a, just like an interesting level of just what it's like and everything. But nowadays with celebrity journalism, it's kind of like getting overly it's part of that is kind of going away or diminishing some, I think, because everybody is so struggling to pay their bills. And should I pay this bill, or should I buy some eggs, or should I maybe for me, I know I need to be on a diet, but then I have to like eat healthy too. I can't just live on junk. I mean, I've eliminated my junk food, but I'm still coming up short on money for healthy stuff. And I'm not the only person. I know it's all over the internet. People are living in their cars, everything. Let's not go there right now. But, and we're all looking for better jobs or even to be disciplined. Like years ago, before I caught the acting bug, I worked out of my place, but it was strictly commission. But I struggled then too, selling insurance and subbing, substitute teaching. I've done all these different things. And as you know, I was in the news business, small newspapers. But it wasn't like on a bigger scale. Like the first time I moved out to LA, I noticed it's all so crazy, So just preoccupied with that. On the other hand, if we took our free time, I mean, I think social media is good. I mean, to a point, I think it's okay. You have to time it. It's kind of like closing time back when, if you were going to nightclubs when you were younger, like you went out to disco dance and have a couple drinks. You knew if you showed up at 8 or 9 at night, or if you went to happy hour, you should leave early. You should never stay more than 2 or 3 hours, or if you went late at night just to dance, then you should be gone by midnight, because between midnight and 2 is when all the nutcases are out and everything, and it's dangerous. And of course, people don't have the money to do all that anymore. I mean, back then it was less expensive too, but anyway, so if you have the free time, maybe spend 15 minutes on your social media and then go over to your meditation and prayer and just sit there and meditate. And I'm getting better at it, but it's easy to get distracted. You do have to remember to take your phones and everything and either turn them off or put them in another room. Maybe go outside and do it, but you have to be safe. Make sure you're safe doing all that. So that's all. I think everything in moderation is okay. Just something to think about. So that's all. I guess maybe I'll just cut it short, but we need these kind of books too, The Power Now, to get us fired up and motivated to embrace every moment. The present moment is the best. I just got back on Clubhouse after not being on there in a long time. That's the one where you listen to people, and I listened to an interesting John Maxwell group, and they were talking about that, and I was talking about some of my indecisiveness as I've gotten older about some things. And one lady got on there and reminded everybody the importance of living in the present and focusing on what you can do now and not ruminating about our past or our future. So, and then also I saw another video on social media, I think on YouTube, and I can't remember her name right now, but I was scrolling through so many things like we all do. But she was talking about how, it's a quote by somebody, I'll have to go maybe find it, but if you don't have to make that decision today, then put the decision off. I've done that. I've ruminated over decisions, and then I'm like, you just have to kind of wait. It's like what Kyle Cease talks about. I love his videos. Just wait and see. Maybe sit and think, maybe meditate, be quiet, pray, whatever you need to do. And the right decisions will come to you. And realize there is no perfect decision. I mean, but there might be the right decision for you, and it might be perfect for you. Okay, so you have a great day. Jean Tuitt over and out. Thanks. Bye.